Hey folks, thanks for joining for our third and last video here. What we're going to do in this video is take that macro we created from the last one and just kind of do a really quick um, jot through the normal workflow of an estimate into a proposal into an order, and kind of show you how, through the beacon integration using our Pro Plus templates, um, using the macro and Leap, and some of the formulas and measurement stuff we're going to look at as well. We can really automate and speed up these workflows and do a whole bunch of our work actually just within Leap without having to leave the app. Um, so what we're going to do, again, we're in our test account here, caveat, I'm seeing a whole bunch of noise. Um, but we're going to go into an existing job and let's go create a new estimate. Do the estimate worksheet, and first thing we're going to do is pick our beacon branch. And now we should be able to see the macro that we created here. Again, test account, so a whole bunch of stuff, but we'll go to the bottom. There's our beacon test macro. We're going to go ahead and select that and apply it to this estimate. Okay, so here we can see all the items that we created in the macro from that Pro Plus template. I touched a bit on kind of some of the automations and speed and efficiency we can get here. So I'll show you that now. What we're going to do is go ahead and we have an eagle view for this address. We're going to go ahead and apply those measurements. Again, you can use a different measurement provider. We use Hover, a few others. You can manually input these measurements as well too if you have them from a different source. But from this eagle view, you can see that for the items I had formulas set up for example, these shingles, we're using squares and waste factor. And that's automatically going to use that data from the eagle view report to do the estimate on quantity based on the formula that we put in. So, if you have formulas that you trust or that you use today, and you take the time to add those to your relevant material items, beacon items, or just items in Leap, you get the benefit of a lot of this automation. So it takes a little bit of work up front, but it can really, really speed up your processes, especially if you have, again, like I said, formulas that you use and trust today. So again, a few other items where you can see I've got formulas in here, and things that's in formulas I would have to do manually. So what I'm going to do is, let's just delete a whole bunch of these. You can go ahead and say a couple bundles of starter strip, some ridge cap, and we need a carton of nails. We'll get rid of this one. Another thing worth mentioning is, if you are using the automation, the formulas, and the measurements, you can still change these settings if you want. If 18 doesn't look right, or for whatever other reason, you can go ahead and change that. Okay, so we have gone in to our estimate. We've added our macro, which is from our Pro Plus template. We went up and applied some measurements from an eagle view report. And then before any of these videos, I had set up some of those formulas. So we auto-populated the quantities for some of these items. And this looks good. Here's our estimate for this job. So we're going to go ahead and save this. And we're going to call it Beacon Estimate Test. And we're happy with that. So we're going to go ahead and make a proposal from here. And we'll call this Beacon Proposal Test. Okay, so here's our proposal. We're happy with this. Again, just like before, we can change things. We'll maybe hide pricing. But yeah, all this looks great. Happy with this proposal. Gonna send it to the homeowner. So we'll we'll zoom through it right now. We'll go ahead and save. And we're happy with our proposal. Let's just pretend it's signed here. And we're going to go ahead and generate a beacon order form from this. So again, since that this is the estimate through the proposal has been integrated with beacon the whole time on those forms, we're going to go ahead and generate a beacon order form here. We'll call it beacon order test. And here we go. So if we want to take a look at it, looks great. I've got my settings on this account, so we're not showing quantities and stuff here. All of this would be passed through when you submit the order, kind of in the back end. But let's just say we want to show these items. We can. Looks great. Let's save and place the order. Okay, so make sure address looks good. We're going to go for a delivery next Wednesday. And we're going to say in the afternoon, beacon test. Now we are in our production account, so I'm not going to actually place the order. We'll just kind of pretend we did and end here. But yeah, again, just in summary, kind of want to go through what we did in this video because we did quite a bit. So we created an estimate. In that estimate, we used the macro that we had created, and that macro was based on a Beacon Pro Plus template that we'd already had created. So we created that estimate, pulled in that macro. Some of the items that we have in that macro have formulas applied to them. So when we went and applied that Eagle View measurement report, the worksheet went ahead and did all the calculations for the items that have formulas for us. Removed some items, updated a few quantities manually. Happy with that, so we saved that estimate, generated a proposal from there. In that proposal, everything looked good. Again, you can tweak it how you like. We hid the pricing, pretended that we got it signed by our homeowner, and from that proposal, we generated our beacon order. And as you can see on this screen, picking a delivery and setting up that order. We're not going to actually place it again because this is in production. But again, yeah. So this just really highlights, I think, once we get the beacon integration set up, once we're logged in, if we have some of these formulas set up, if we're using measurements in our jobs, really end to end, a lot of efficiency, a lot of seamless moving through the workflow, all within the Leap UI at this point. We've never had to really leave. So yeah, just want to show that, with this beacon integration, we can gain a lot of efficiencies, stay within Leap, and hopefully kind of improve operations going forward. So thank you very much for joining, and good luck. Thanks, folks.